said I got to say something, baby, hand me the mic. I said I got to say something, better hand me the mic. Somebody hand me a mic. Cause I got to say something, so just hand me a mic. When I need to say something, better hand me the mic. I said I got to say something, better hand me the mic.
Well, have you ever seen the documentary called Seaspiracy?
No. What's that?
I'll save you the thing. It's a documentary on Netflix, been around for years. It's quite long, and it basically boils down to emissions aren't giving global warming, if it's even real. It's fishing. That's what it boils down to, basically. That's the conspiracy. Look, as you can probably tell, I'm not a highly educated man, but it's something about fish emit a certain gas, something which goes up into the atmosphere, etc. So
that
on.
That makes sense, yeah.
90% of the ocean's fish are in our bellies. We've ate them.
Right.
The 90% of the world's fish is now gone. So that's the problem. That because we're overfishing, that's causing global
I
warming.
can believe this, because we're always arguing about fishing stocks and who can fish where and how many fish we can take out. So I can believe there's more to it than just food supplies. Yeah.
Yeah. And we're going to run out of fish. Well, ocean fish, anyway. That's what they're saying.
And obviously fish breathe. They're still, I assume they breathe in or take in oxygen from the water and breathe out carbon dioxide.
Something about them gills, isn't it?
Yeah, they still breathe oxygen and carbon dioxide, just in a different way, don't they? So I assume they're still making emissions and what have you.
Again, I watched it years ago, but it's and I'm not the brightest of bunches, but it is something around overfishing. So what they want to do is not worry about the cars. And apparently, like the Seaspiracy thing, like something about like the world powers and stuff, like they don't want it to be on fishing or something because there's too much money in that industry, blah, 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 blah. I don't know. It was really good. At the end, I thought I'd all been lied to, as we always do.
See,
you know?
I think the world is warming up by maybe 1 degree a century. I don't think we're causing it. I think it's just a natural cycle.
Well,
what if though, right? What if when digital clocks came out, right? Every year we've just been 5 seconds out, and that's added up over years and years and years and years and years. And actually, winter's not really winter; it's actually autumn.
Well, a year isn't exactly 365 days, is it? It's 365 and a quarter and a little bit.
Yeah.
So over time, that little, the quarter of a day we take into account with the leap year.
Ah, is that where that comes
from? But there's still
from?
a little bit as well. And over time, that's going to slowly move, isn't it?
I mean, what if the seasons are off? And that's why. It's got nothing to do with any of that. It's just how many times have we thought like, oh, we're having a late summer this year and the summer's gone into autumn. Well, actually, that is summer.
Huh. Maybe.
And without any research whatsoever, is it possible, someone can maybe Google this, the world's on like a tilt. Is it possible that tilt has been moving over time as well?
Yeah.
But like, do they not say that like the global warming thing, that it's a natural progression, a natural process where it gets like hotter for a bit, then colder for a bit?
Even before humans were around, the world got hotter and colder. You got ice ages and you got hot spells and...
Yeah. That's what happens, right?
I don't think humans have added to it at all. I think it's just a natural cycle of the world.
I like my theory better.
What was your theory again? Grab the mic. What was it again? Because I didn't quite follow it. We were talking about global warming, right?
Yeah, I just said when the digital clock came out.
Grab the mic.
Oh, so it's moving the seasons, is what you were saying.
Yeah, I think that when digital clocks came out, that each year they've just been like, a minute or so out, just added up over the space of a year, a couple of seconds out, to a minute, and then that's added up over millions of, well, not millions of years, but like many, many years, and that's now maybe accrued to about 2 or 3 months, and that's why sometimes we have later summers and hotter autumns, because actually that is the season. Really good example. Mum says when she was a girl, her birthday is May, and the blossoms used to just be coming out in May. Now blossoms come out in March.
They do.
And that's what she thinks.
They do. I'm going to play devil's advocate and say, yes, I believe due to this, the seasons could be changing to when the dead of winter happens and when the hot of summer happens. I agree with that. But how would that affect the temperature? Because whether the coldest month is January or March...
The average temperature through the year would still be the same, is what you're saying, yeah.
That's what we need to look at. We need to look at what is in 2025, what was the coldest temperature? In 1825, what was the coldest temperature? And let's see, but like, how long we've been recording for? Do you know what I mean? Like, how long we had thermometers.
And how accurately have we been recording for?
Exactly.
True.
I'm not an expert on the history of thermometers. I don't know when we started getting accurate.
No, and I'm sure
Readings.
I'm sure the viewers can tell we're not an expert on what we're talking about.
I'm an expert on nothing,
No,
mate.
are we rolling, Ron?
We are, but can I just be a pin and just ask you to like move your microphone just a bit closer?
Of course.
Who, me?
No,
Like,
Oh.
you just tell when to stop, like that sort of thing.
just so it's like a fist distance from your mouth.
Yeah, like testing, testicles 1, 2. Yeah.
Testicles 1, 2.
We are rolling.
We are rolling. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. People like us, as you can probably tell, we are joined by a member of the family, I would say. Well, not actually officially a member of the family for me, but also a member of the People Like Us family. Rob Coates, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
A very, very, very highly demanded return. No, a highly demand. You know what I'm trying to say. People say you should get Rob.
Sought after person.
That's it.
This
yeah.
is my first time in this studio as well.
Is it really? What do you think?
I like it. It's a lot cozy than the last one.
Cosy, innit?
The last one got cold sometimes, like really cold sometimes.
Well, I think this will get cold as well. I think we haven't felt it yet. So some of the days, because this is also where we work, and some of the days we come down here to make some like quiet calls. During the day, it gets a bit nippy, mind. It
I mean,
does.
the last time I was in the old studio, we had some heaters like underneath our legs as we were talking.
That's right. Yeah, little radiators. Do we still have them, Ron?
I haven't seen them.
No, actually, I think we got rid of them.
We were virtually sat on top of them last time we talked.
Yeah, we literally did. That's what the viewers could never see. We were literally sat with radiators in between our legs, cuddling them because it was that cold. It does. It'll get nippy in here, but there is radiators, so we can turn the heating on.
Yeah.
But
Everyone.
yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Rob Coates is back.
I brought some guests with me as well.
You brought some what?
I bought a car for the guests. So
Yeah.
I've got Amy, Anthony, Thomas, and the star of the show trying to get the bowl of sweets right now is little Dolly.
There's a camera rolling on that, right, Rob?
Yeah, we've got that camera going.
Yeah, so it's a full house. So this is the first time we've had like
Audience.
yeah. Well, I wouldn't say an audience. I would say a full. This is a multi-person podcast now. But we're hard up and we've only got one mic over there, so we're going to pass it about. But yeah.
They haven't got any interesting things to say, so we only gave them one mic.
Oh, we haven't that. We haven't that. But yeah, Rob's here. Rob has brought us conspiracies such as
The water cycle, that was a good one.
the water cycle. I tried to retell that water cycle story today and I absolutely butchered it. I'm going to have a go. You tell me where I've got it wrong.
Okay.
Because I literally today explained this to somebody. So, like, this is like my version. And I started off by saying, I'm going to butcher this 'cause I don't really remember it all. But it's something about, you know, the water cycle, yeah? Yeah. So, like, water goes, like, from water to the sky and then rains. And it's like a cycle. And that's where every water comes from on the planet, right? Do we all agree with that? Right, cool. And you know, water ends up in bottles, right? Okay. Well, what happens sometimes is people screw the lid on bottles of water. They have a bit left. And that ends up going in a bin, in a landfill. And that water then, because these are not biodegradable.
About 200 years or something daft like that, isn't
Yeah,
it?
like every year, you could probably count that like thousands and thousands of gallons and not going back into our cycle. And therefore, we're going to run out of water. Is that right?
Yeah, but then all these environmental people haven't raised the issue of running out of water, which then makes me ask, where does new water come from? And I still haven't got an answer to where new water comes from.
Well,
If that water cycle was correct, like we learned in school, we're still on the same water that the world was created with.
right. Yeah. But
Like-
hang on. Wouldn't bringing it back, wouldn't global warming and global heating play a part in this? I.e., when it's global warming, those big things of ice, what they're called?
Glaciers, icebergs, Arctic,
Them things.
in general,
Yeah.
ice in the water, yeah.
Icebergs.
No, not the ones in the sea, the ones on the ground.
Glaciers.
No, they're like the spring things. What?
Nah, fam. Them big mountains that are like just blocks of ice.
Glaciers.
I think
I've walked across a glacier in Switzerland.
It could be a glacier. It could be a glacier. I don't know. Maybe it'll come at me. But somewhere in the world, there's like big blocks of ice
Yeah.
that are like there all the time and like they melt. And they're making a big deal of it because they're getting smaller and smaller, right? Wouldn't that be bringing more water into our world?
But it's already in the cycle. That
Right,
ice,
so you're
that
counting
ice
that.
formed because it rained and then
Right.
froze onto that glacier or iceberg.
Okay. What do you think? Do you believe in this? Do you believe in this, Ron? What are you saying? Anyone?
So the reason I got into this, I saw a TikTok a couple of years ago now, and I started off going, "Look at this crazy lady. Let's watch this." And she saw a bottle of water in a bin, so she took the lid off the bottle, poured the water out, and put the empty bottle back in the bin. And when she explained, I was like, "Yeah, that water has been taken out of the water cycle for the next couple of 100 years."
So
How are we replacing it?
I think we have too much water if you think about it. Because in going back to the global warming thing, these polar ice caps are melting and they're getting smaller and smaller every year. And it is eventually going to raise the sea level. So some point, maybe thousands of millions of years down the line, some countries will be submerged under this water eventually. I'm gonna say what I think a lot of people are thinking. And I've always been a bit scared to say it because I thought like everybody else like really gives a massive F about this global warming thing. And I, hand on heart, I genuinely don't give a fuck about global warming. And because I'm not going to be here, neither are you, neither are your kids. Listen, I want the best for my family, but I'll be perfectly honest. My great-granddad, I don't care if he was hung. I don't know him. Do you know what I mean? I never met him. He might have been a dick. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. I'm just saying, like, I don't care. Like, why are we all bothered? We're not going to be here, people. And all these people that, like, go, like, listen, I'm sat here now on a podcast, and if you say, would you prefer if it didn't or it did? I'd say, yeah, I prefer it didn't. But you know them people who go and do all them rallies and, like they've got up early, they've picked an outfit, they maybe got time off work, they've painted a sign.
Work, yeah.
They've invested time, energy, money into bannering and saying stop global warming, and I think, really, are you really bothered? Are you doing it just because you want to be in the gang? Do you know what I mean? Like, who here now? Be honest. We're all honest.
No, I totally agree with you.
Who cares?
And also, because I'm a bit of a spiteful person, every time Bill Gates or Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez says cow farts are causing global warming, I have an extra beef burger. I accelerate a little bit faster the next morning. I burn an extra fox to warm the flat at night. You know, it's
run an extra rabbit over. Yeah, whatever. I like that, Rob. I'm a spiteful person. Own it, mate.
Yeah, stick an extra burger in there, chef.
Yeah, fuck them. Pardon my language. Block your ears, kids.
It's like when it comes to cars, everyone's like, oh, everyone needs electric cars. I would 100% take a petrol engine over an electric car every day of the week.
I've got zero intention of getting an electric car.
Yeah. See, like, you watch Formula One, you watch it and like, you hear it and it's like, whoa.
That's half the appeal.
Nice,
the noise and the smell.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Like, I don't want to go to a petrol station, not smell the petrol. I don't want to go there and just say, oh, where's my charging point?
Yeah.
I saw an electric lorry this week.
Really?
I'm sure it's brilliant for its job. But how do you sit at the lights and go with an electric lorry?
You do not,
It's
sir.
half the fun.
Yeah, you do not, sir. It's sad, isn't it? It's sad. Like, I don't even know, like, how much, like, because I've heard, right, my entire life, we've only got 30 years left of, like, fuels, but, like, it's still the same amount. Like, just Google now. How long do we have of petrol before the Earth's...
That's because oil is a constantly renewing mineral.
We're getting brainy here.
It's not the term fossil fuel came from car manufacturers trying to make out it was an old, like an outdated form of fuel. It's not actually made from fossils. It's actually just a naturally occurring mineral that's within the earth.
I always thought it came from fossils.
Yeah.
So it says 6 days ago, the Earth has finite amounts of fossil fuels. At current rates of consumption, estimates suggest oil and natural gas could run out in about 50 years, with coal having perhaps 70, 100 years remaining.
So...
50 years, we'll have our bus pass by then, Dan. I wouldn't worry.
Well, I'm going
diesel buses.
Listen, I wouldn't worry about this because I remember being at school being told there was 35 years.
Yeah.
So what's left is growing by about 20% every 30 years. So by the time we're 70, there's going to be 80 years left. So don't worry about it.
Yeah.
There seems to be more, you know. I don't know, because now we can question everything, right? Now we can question everything. When you see that there, once upon a time, I'd have been like, oh, never. But then you think, I always try and trace the money back,
Well,
right?
when I was at school, it was acid rain. Then it was the glaciers melting. Then it was the hole in the ozone layer. And now it's oil. None of it ever comes to fruition.
But question. I work in sales,
Yeah.
right? And I can see the sell in that now.
Go on.
I can see the sales pitch. Listen, are you ready?
Go on. Send it to me.
Listen, mate, you need to get on this because there's only 50 years left of
Yeah.
it. You need to be buying this now.
see where you're going
That's
here.
why the
I see where
price.
you're going with this.
That's why the
Yeah.
price is high. That's why this costs £100 a gallon because there's only 50 years left, mate.
And also,
It's gold dust.
aspirationally, don't you want to be like the other people in the Teslas? Don't you want that lifestyle?
That's what I'm
It's
saying.
an aspiration to reach for.
Keep an eye on that, people. That 50 years will soon be.
What are you going to flog? Are you going to flog it by the gallon? Are you going to flog people some fossils? Rob found a fossil last week. At the
Two
beach.
fossils.
Two fossils last week. Do you want to flog that to people and say this is like, you can melt that down if you ever run out of fuel?
Yeah, listen, anything. But I'm just saying, it's that scarcity thing. It's a scarcity thing. Like sometimes when you buy flights, it says only 6 seats left.
Yeah.
Bollocks. There was 3 yesterday. Do you know, like, it's bollocks. Like, is there a law? Is there a rule between us being given wrong information? I don't think there is.
Only when we do it.
Only when
When
we
we do it, it's misinformation. It's very dangerous. We should be banned from social media.
Yeah.
When the government do it, that's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. It's true.
But talking of the flights, did you enjoy the latest 4chan operation a week or two ago?
I don't know what that is.
So America are cracking down on work visas from India.
Okay.
So 4chan got together and started Operation Clog the Toilet.
Start this again. I'm lost here.
America are cracking down on Indian work visas.
Indian work visas. That's
So
people...
the Indians are saying, I want a job in America. I've got to go now before they stop me going there.
Okay.
So 4chan started Operation Clog the Toilet, where they were all going on the airlines' websites, booking the tickets and getting as far as the payment screen, and then leaving it. So the Indians trying to get to America, the flights were sold out.
Ah, I like it. I like it. Yeah, definitely. The scarcity thing's a thing. Like we want things more, or we're more likely to buy them if they're running out, or
Yeah.
it's a scarce supply. That's just the nature
Human
of
nature.
Human nature. It's a sales tactic, isn't it? Yeah, the cleverer people than us. What was that you just had on the screen, Ron, about 2030? Was that the electric car stuff?
Yeah, so obviously the UK said in 2030 that they will stop making all internal combustion engines and everything will go electric in terms of motorised vehicles.
I'll tell you why I don't believe that. It's because every 2 or 3 years, the EU change their mind on whether diesel cars are good or bad.
I thought they were better than petrol, no?
They might...
I think in terms of CO2 emissions, they're worse. But like if you're wanting a reliable car, what's going to...
It feels like every 2 or 3 years, the EU will say, oh, diesel cars are bad, we can't sell them. And then 2 years later, go, actually, diesel's quite efficient, we should sell more of them. Over 3 years later, actually, they're quite bad, let's not have them anymore.
I suppose it's a double-edged sword, isn't it? Because, okay, the rule of thumb is diesels are more supposed to be more robust. You know, you're meant to be able to get a bit further on a diesel and stuff like this, and it's cheaper to buy, etc., etc. But then, like, it is chucking out more crap out the back of it. Like, you've seen them diesels when they're running a bit iffy. Like, petrol cars don't have that black smoke. You know, you remember back in the day, you'd get the old Peugeot 306 and there'd be no reg at the back. It'd just be a big black plume where it'd been puffing out, you know. Yeah, they're just vans, aren't they? That's all a diesel car is, it's a van, basically.
Mine's a diesel.
Yeah, sugars.
Yeah, I love it.
Blah, 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 blah. Yeah.
I'm working on refrigerated lorry trailers nowadays, and they've nearly all got like a black streak across the roof from the diesel emissions coming out.
Because it's coming out the pipe
There's
at the
like
top.
a big diesel engine on the front, and you can just see the black streak across the roof where the exhaust comes out.
Yeah. Oh, man.
So you can tell that's not good for the environment. I'm not even going to pretend
No.
that's doing any good.
No. But yeah, the whole petrol thing and that, like, fossil fuels. I don't know. Like, whatever. I'm going to be the last man standing. That's what I'm saying.
The big thing for me always is, right, don't just tell me it's bad. Give me the better option. I've got a car that runs on petrol because that's the best thing to run my car on. If something's better, if you've got a water-powered car or a steam-powered car, brilliant, I'll use it. But you've got to give me an alternative before you tell me I can't do something.
Didn't they say they can run cars on something else? Is it nitrogen or something? But they don't.
Hydrogen, maybe. It's a hydrogen cells or something like that.
But there's no money in it, so they don't do it.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Because that's like the most common element in the air, isn't it? Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen, the type of stuff that we've created, you know we can make a car run on something else.
Easy.
Of course we can. You could make it run on water. Like, you could make a steam engine.
We literally celebrated the invention of steam trains yesterday, 200th anniversary, right? And you told me you can't put that technology into a car 200 years later.
Imagine how good it would be if they put that much, like if Elon Musk said, right, I'm going to make steam, whatever, I'm sure he could.
Yeah.
But mind you think he would anyway, because he could still sell his cars. He doesn't make money off the electricity.
Everything Elon does is about settling on Mars.
Yes.
And steam won't work on Mars.
Why won't it work on Mars?
Because there's no atmosphere to burn the coal and heat the water up. But electric would work on Mars.
What's your views on Elon Musk? Do you like him?
I like him.
Think he's good for the world?
I think he's, yeah, definitely. He's got an ulterior motive in trying to settle Mars, and I wish he'd publicly... If you look at every company he's ever purchased, it's all one more stage into getting him to Mars and starting a colony. He bought X to fuel the Grok AI, because he wants the AI to get the ships up there. He's bought is it the boring company, the mining drilling company, because he wants to drill into Mars for the minerals and maybe even underground bases. He's working on those robots, which again would help to staff the colonies. Don't need oxygen, work on electric. The electric cars, because combustion engines won't work in space. Every company he's bought is another dot in that picture to colonise Mars.
Question. Has Elon started on solar power things yet? Because surely Mars, there's no, I'm presuming there's no like clouds and that, they don't get any rain.
I don't know.
Is solar powered not a really
You'd have thought he
thing?
would.
Yeah.
You'd have thought that would be a good way to get electric on Mars.
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah.
Because we do a lot of solar powered stuff now.
Yeah.
We've got a solar powered farm getting built near Downton. Have you seen it?
I think
I have, next to the... Yeah, I have,
I think
actually.
the issue with solar is for the size of the panel, you don't get that much power out of it.
Yeah, I've heard that like there isn't enough landmass in the world to make the world run on solar.
I remember Trump saying on Joe Rogan, why can't they put a solar panel on the roof of a Tesla? And apparently the answer is because it produces so little power, it's not worth the extra cost and weight.
No, and it would only work in hot countries. You know, like
So
solar power in like Norway is not much use.
I think solar's the way to go, but I think there's a lot of development still before it makes any kind of impact.
Yeah, I mean, they'd have to. Them panels would have to be producing a hell of a lot more than they are now.
But solar energy effectively is infinite until the sun dies out.
Well, if you live in a
Either.
place where the sun is,
But
some
e-
countries don't. Like,
even-
there's not much use in Greenland.
Even
you
in
know what I
England,
mean?
we get sunshine. Not as powerful as some parts of the world, but we're going to get sunshine until the sun dies. It's virtually an infinite energy source if we can tap into it.
Yes, but again, only certain parts in the world would benefit from it. You'd have to create something else to like move the clouds to, or like very northern hemisphere, very southern hemispheres. It's dark for 3 months of the year.
But even now, countries buy energy from each other.
They do.
We buy energy from France, and Europe buys energy from Russia, and Russia
Yeah.
buys energy from China. So we've already got an energy trade going on. So why? Let's help the African economy. Let's put solar panels all over the Sahara Desert and buy energy from Africa.
Africa would be really
You know.
good for solar, yeah.
And that
really
helps
good.
their economy as well then.
But again, it boils down to right now that the panels don't, the crap, basically, compared.
For the size and the weight of them.
yeah, the size and the weight of them, they'd have to be, the size of a matchbox.
So, again, sorry everybody. So why hasn't Elon done something about that? Because he seems to be tapping in on everything else. If, like you say, Rob, that the sun is an infinite power supply source thing, how hasn't he made better solar panels?
This
for
is
the
a very good
cars?
question. Yeah, I don't know why he isn't. Or
He
why
may well
hasn't.
be, but the technology isn't there yet.
Yeah.
Or maybe he's looking at other power. Maybe he's looking at nuclear fission or something like that. Because a very small nuclear reactor can produce a lot of power.
Well, isn't
Whereas a
that
big
something
solar
that
panel produces
our
very
country's
little
buying
power.
into now?
Finally.
Yeah.
One of the most infuriating things in British politics was, do you remember when we had the coalition government, the Tories and the Lib Dems? Nick Clegg, back then when he was Deputy Prime Minister, said, we're not going to build a nuclear power station. It will take 20 years to get online. That was like 20 years ago he said that. We could have had it by now.
Could have.
That's one of the most infuriating things to me a British politician's ever said.
I can think of a few more. Yeah.
It'll take 20 years. That was 20 years ago, Nick. We could have just had it now.
And what was this thing going to do?
Just a nuclear power plant, because it's just such an efficient, effective form of energy.
I don't understand enough about nuclear.
We visited them as kids. Do you remember the one
Yeah.
in Hartlepool? We all went and there was that weird rabbit thing in the cave. I don't
Isn't
know
that the
what
thing
was
where you
about.
put your hand in them, like
Yeah.
in the wall, and you like feel things?
Yeah, do you remember that?
Really weird,
It was really weird.
wasn't it? It's really
Rob
weird.
wasn't from up here. He didn't go.
You weren't feeling nuclear rods, were you?
I know, no. He was like things.
Stuff to feel what it is. Like,
I know.
I didn't know what it was. It was quite scary and intimidating, wasn't it? Like,
Very
you don't really
scary.
want to put my hand in there. It could be a spider.
Literally thought that someone's hand could just pull you in.
Yeah.
Really, really
Like we do at
trippy.
the Halloween parties.
Yeah. We do it Halloween.
What's in the shoebox? Brains. There's just like spaghetti hoops or something. You know?
Yeah. So what do you think about? I'm going to ask you. What do you think about the? And I wasn't going to talk about it because it was really sad what happened. But I listened to a video the other day which I shared with Ron today about that Charlie Kirk stuff. So we won't go through the video yet, Ron. But listen, for those who don't know, Charlie Kirk was, what was he, like a right-wing person, I guess?
I'd say he was centrist, personally.
Do you think? He was certainly a voice.
Every answer he ever gave boiled down to, I'm a Christian with Christian beliefs.
Basically, yeah. American thingy. And like, he was outspoken. He had some views that not everybody agreed with. You know, definitely not a fan of transgender. Definitely not a fan of anything that wasn't Christian, basically. Bless him, he's passed away now, so I can't say anything, bad about him. But his views were, they were his views, and they ruffled feathers of some people, Definitely, like, the progressive side of people weren't really keen on him. And Charlie Kirk, sadly, 2 weeks ago, got shot whilst he was doing one of his gigs, I guess you would call it, where he would go to these campuses, not holiday campuses, university campuses, and he would just debate with people. And he would basically, the crack was, he would say why transgender's not cool.
It was literally an open mic.
Yeah.
You tell me your opinion, I'll tell you my opinion.
Yeah, that sort of stuff. And he got shot. And for me, that was where it ended. Very sad, very angry. I think a lot of people were. In my opinion, and I think everybody in this room would share this, and most people listening, I don't agree with what people say. I don't want them shot, though. Some people really, I think you talk absolute shit, mate. And I just think, you're dead wrong, but I don't want you to die. And he got shot. And I thought, to me, that's the be-all and end-all of it. But like these things do, videos start coming out about the conspiracy side of it. And to be honest, when it first started rolling around, True Geordie done one, this guy I listened to, the Conspiracy Files done one, and I almost rolled my eyes oh, here we go. Yep. Here we go, the conspiracy crew. And just because I really like this guy, and I've been following him for a while, this fella, whoever he's called something Brownling or something, and he's made some really good points. He's done the Epstein stuff like this, and some of it makes you really start to listen. And when this one popped up, the title, again, clickbaity, was the FBI is, in capitals, lying to you about Charlie Kirk's death. Here's the proof. And I thought to myself, well, that's a pretty decisive title. You're not saying, could it be, or here are the theories. You are literally outright saying, oh, it was a load of shit, basically. So I'm going to give this guy a listen. So I start listening to stuff. And Rob, what's your understanding? Because you must be up to date on this.
Yeah.
What do you know? What have you smelt so far?
So
what's weird?
I'm a big believer in what they call predictive programming.
Okay.
Which is where the demons that run the world have to tell you what they're doing before they do it.
Who were the demons, Rob?
The demons would be, let's see, do you want me to just name some? You could have George Soros, you could have the Clintons, you could have Tony Blair. You lot laughing over there. Ursula von der Leyen.
We were lectured last night about this.
Anyway, so predictive programming. There was a movie in the late 90s starring Nicolas Cage called Snake Eyes, in which a political activist named Charles Kirkland is shot in the neck in an assassination, which in the movie takes place on September the 10th, which is the date that Charlie Kirk was shot. And the event he gets shot at is a boxing match featuring Tyler the Executioner. The man accused of shooting him is called Tyler. I'm planning to watch the movie at some point this week, but apparently there's something about a woman in a white suit being involved in there as well, which is what his wife wore to his memorial service. It was also filmed in Trump Plaza.
Was it? Okay.
And a lot of people have discovered this movie and gone, this feels like predictive programming 30 years before this assassination.
Right.
There's too much for it to be coincidence.
So this video gives a bit more than that, right? So this video doesn't just go on what that would be. That could be classed as a coincidence.
I've seen and heard a lot of what I'd call unfounded. He was shot from the back, he was shot from below, he was shot from above.
Okay.
There was a tunnel underground that's now been concreted. There's so many people throwing so much stuff out there.
Yeah, and to be honest, and I'm going to sit where I sit. You know, when I hear the stuff Rob's just said,
Yeah.
I'd say, yeah, eerie coincidence, but coincidence, right? Tell you that is weird. But if that was all that was there, for me, I carry on. Okay, yeah, no, it's a bit weird, but I actually don't think there's anything nefarious in that, if I'm using that word correctly. This guy makes many points, right? Many points. I urge anybody today to sit and watch this video. It's a man called The Conspiracy Files. Search it on YouTube. Three
Definitely
words.
check him out. I like content like that. Yeah.
This video, right? And I'm going to just name 2 points, or just talk about 2 of the probably dozen points he makes that for me don't make sense.
Yep.
One is the type of gun that was used. This gun is an incredibly powerful gun.
Yeah.
It is used for shooting game.
This is the kind of thing you shoot bison and bears with, isn't it? This is a hunting rifle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to add to it, what he shows is, because what are America big in? Guns. Love guns. In America, there's a big world for people who have gun-type content on YouTube. Yeah, all American watch this man shoot his rifle. They love it. They love it. They love it. So they're massive over there. And one of these people, one of these YouTubers, has got the same gun, right?
Okay.
And he says, I'm going to show you what this gun would do if it hit a human. And there is something called ballistics gel. Ballistics gel is
Mythbusters love that stuff.
basically you can make a human head, which is the same consistency and same thingy, is basically what it would be like
It's
if
the
you.
consistency of human flesh and muscle, isn't it?
And he's put a skull in it as well. It's quite weird. It's like this see-through gel with a skull in it, right? Gets his fake head. So basically, to cut long story short, this is a head. And what happens when this bullet hits it is what your head would do. Plonks it down on the thing. Goes the distance that apparently he was shot from. Shoots the head. All that is left of head is nothing. It is just goes... The whole thing just goes obliterated into nothing. Splatter everywhere. Just this neck left. And he's like, that didn't happen to Charlie's head. It was like a fucking arrow. Went like a little... Like, talked about... Because I don't know anything about guns, but he talked about an exit hole. He said, do you know what an exit hole is? Yeah. Like a bullet goes in and it basically blows the back end out of the other end.
It goes in there and it's got the power, it comes out there.
Yeah. It goes in there as a little dot and it comes out the back like this.
Yeah.
Like, and it just blows your whole insides away. He said, and he's like, and they were speaking to him. Have you got a bit of it here? I think it's, I took a thingy of it. Play this thingy. I know this is really, really unprofessional, but.
Are you wanting the head?
Play it from here. Play it from 50 minutes and 15 seconds.
Oh, well, I'm at 50-10, so...
Love this. Right, play this. Have a listen to this. Get the volume whacked on, Ron.
Like that.
Right, everybody pay attention to this.
The 30-06 does to a ballistics gel skull. So we have a realistic human head here made with ballistics gelatin and a resin skull. And it's got a filling in there, so hopefully you'll be able to see what happens.
Yeah.
It's no longer a head.
Pretty much. There's a lot more trauma than what happened to
I
Charlie.
do like to play devil's advocate, right? It hits him sort of there. It's more muscle and tendons and bones where it hits him. Would hitting the bone make the shock waves move more out?
As this video progresses, he talks about when it hits a bone on an elk, and he says not only does it break the bone, it disintegrates the bone.
Well, I think there he's hit the skull and the skull's exploded, yeah?
Right.
Whereas if you were to hit just meat or tendons with no bone inside it, would the shock waves behave differently?
Maybe.
Because we're talking about a bit of lead moving really fast. It's really unpredictable what it's going to do when it hits something. And I've never shot a real gun, so I'm only completely spitballing potential counter arguments here.
I don't,
But it is. I mean,
it made me sort of tweak and think.
There's no argument. That's a completely different reaction to what happened. 100%. Yeah.
I was gonna drop some facts. So the gun that was used was the Mauser 98 rifle, often used in hunting, specifically for elk, because as you can read here, unlike human bone, they provide neither structural support nor protection of organs. And bone density and I think the actual size of the bone in elk is quite significantly larger
So it's
to
a
what
stronger
they-
bone than
yeah.
ours.
In the video, which we can get onto in a little bit, he does also say that he hit tissue. I don't think it hit exactly on the bone, so therefore it should have pierced straight through.
Straight through.
I've also got a timestamp on here of a statement that was released from someone from Turning Point USA.
Right.
So that's where Charlie did sort of the debates for.
That was his organisation that he built from the ground up. Yeah.
And they released a statement saying it wasn't only a miracle, calling him a man of steel.
That was a very strange statement.
So they put it down to God.
What they were saying is the bullet should have exited the back of him and injured people behind him.
Yes.
And turning him, I think it was the surgeon that worked on him and said it didn't come out because he was a man of steel and he drank lots of milk, so his bones were strong. It was a very unprofessional, strange statement to explain why the people behind didn't get injured.
So we're putting this down to the fact that it hit this poor soul, didn't happen, it didn't play out the way it would 99.9999% is because of Jesus.
Could be.
Pretty
Let's face it, miracles do happen. It could be.
Listen, he moves in mysterious ways, right?
I've got the clip here if you'd like to see the full
Let's have
statement.
a listen what this guy's saying.
In fact, it's been claimed now that there was never even an exit wound at all. It just gets even more unbelievable by the day. So, on September 20th, a close friend of Charlie's and one of the most powerful people at Turning Point USA, Charlie's organization, a man named Andrew Colvett, posted the following on X, saying, quote, I want to address some of the discussion about the lack of an exit wound with Charlie. I'm usually not interested in delving into most of this kind of online chatter, and I apologize this is somewhat graphic, but in this case, the fact that there wasn't an exit wound is probably another miracle, and I want people to know. I just spoke with the surgeon who worked on Charlie in the hospital. He said the bullet, quote, absolutely should have gone through, which is very, very normal for a high-powered, high-velocity round. I've seen wounds from this caliber many times, and they always just go through everything. This would have taken a moose or two down, an elk, etc. End quote. But it didn't go through. Charlie's body stopped it. I mentioned to his doctor that there were dozens of staff, students, and special guests standing directly behind Charlie on the other side of the tent, and he replied, quote, it was an absolute miracle that someone else didn't get killed. His bone was so healthy and the density was so impressive that he's like the man of steel. It should have just gone through and through. It likely would have killed those standing behind him too, end quote. In the end, the coroner did find the bullet just beneath the skin. Even in death, Charlie managed to save the lives of those around him. Remarkable, miraculous, end quote.
Strong neck, bro.
I just think, yeah, miracles do happen, right? But in this case, it's another dot in the dot to dot of something isn't quite adding up here.
And I'll tell you something else to add to it, which will bring me to another point. Again, you need to listen to this video because he made loads of points, and I can
I'm
only
watching
remember
this in the week, definitely.
I can only remember 2 or 3 of them. Another one is this: is time, right? This poor soul was shot at 20. What was the time? It was 23 minutes past 12 or something like that. Is that right? 23 minutes past 12.
12:23.
So that's the official recorded time when this poor soul got shot, right? At 23 minutes and 34 seconds, right? So 34 seconds after that shot. Or, I'll come back to that. This kid who allegedly shot him was seen on camera running across the roof.
Yep.
Okay, now, this man talks about this. He says, right, okay, between him getting shot and this man being seen jumping off the roof, there was 34 seconds. Well, let's pretend, for the argument, for the sake of this conversation, that he was shot at 23 minutes on the dot with no seconds. Because what if
So you've got 34 seconds between this happening.
That's if he was shot on the minute, which that's a small probability to start with. It could have been 23 minutes and 5 seconds, 10 seconds, you don't know. The seconds haven't come out, but they said it was on that minute. Well, 34 seconds into that minute, this kid was seen running off the roof. Okay. Well, what he was seen running off the roof is in a different outfit, and you couldn't see his gun. So what they're telling us has happened is this kid has done his horrendous deed, got changed into a totally new outfit, broke down his gun, which requires a screwdriver to do, which they have looked into how long it takes to take that gun apart, and they said anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes, right? Broke down this gun, packed his backpack up with his other outfit that he's took off, with his gun, and then ran across there. So somewhere between 34 seconds and maybe 15 seconds, he's got changed and unpacked a gun that takes 5 minutes, 5 minutes to unpack. That seems weird, but wait there. What else he did is he then ran to the woods and put his gun back together.
Because they found the gun.
Because they found the gun in the woods. But his screwdriver was on the roof. Not with him. So he maybe had two. Who knows? And I think he got changed again. I don't know. But that, I don't know. Maybe. Look, I've seen a man get a Rubik's Cube and go like that.
Yeah.
I've seen that before. That is possible, right? And that's a very, very, very peculiar person. He's probably messed about with that for 20 years. I don't know this Tyler guy. Maybe he did. Maybe he ran through loads and loads and loads of times, and maybe he got all that down to 20 seconds. It's possible.
Other things that don't add up is if Tyler is the shooter, he definitely wasn't working alone, because Kirk was answering a question about something to do with trans something, and that's when he got shot.
Yeah.
By the guy with anti-trans slogans etched into his bullets.
Yeah.
Who was dating a trans woman.
Yeah.
As the shot rang out, there was I can't remember his name. Is there some strange old man started shouting, "It was me! It was me!" And the cops get him to the phone and shouting, "It was me! Shoot me! Shoot me!" Which, in the confusion, gives Tyler more time to escape. So if it was Tyler, there's at least the old man was working with him. The guy who was currently asking the Charlie the question was likely working with him as well. Why aren't we investigating these people too?
Well, here's a little fact for you, Rob, to add to that. Find out who that old guy was in the crowd.
Oh, he's got a history, hasn't he?
You won't believe where this guy's turned up at.
Hasn't he done bomb threats and things like that?
Man was there at the Twin Towers. He was there at something else. Google what his name is.
Is it Zimmer or something like that?
Here, he's a political member, I think, within.
But he was at the scene.
Just happens to be in these places.
He just happens to be in like a lot of these places, and it's like, look, a normal human, 99.999% of people will go their whole life and never be in one of these places. This guy's been in 3. Like, the probability, he's either the world's most unluckiest guy, or it smells a bit weird.
One of my favourite dark humour stories ever is the man who was hit by both nuclear bombs in Japan.
Oh my God, is that real?
He was in Hiroshima.
Oh my God.
He was in Hiroshima on a business trip when the nuke fell. So he survived it, packed up,
Jesus.
got the train home to Nagasaki and got hit by the second nuclear bomb.
What a chew he's had there, by the way. Imagine him the next day. You won't believe my day. Yeah. So it's George Zinn.
Zinn, that was him, yeah.
Yeah.
He's...
Swear to God, you ever see him anywhere
you run.
Oh,
yeah, make that face the wallpaper on your phone so you never forget it.
you do not want to be in his gang, do you?
Imagine if you saw him, you'd be like, oh my God.
Yeah, you're next on the karaoke, Rob, after this George Zinn fella. Bye.
I'm going tonight.
Ron, is there anything, while we're in it, is there anything in there
That's right. No, when they arrested him and he said, "You can't go through my phone, that's where I store my child pornography." He's now been charged with child pornography charges.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I mean, I can't comment on that. Has he or hasn't he? I don't know.
But imagine the copper. If you've had that on your phone, right? I can't go through my phone. Why not? I forgot the PIN number. You wouldn't just say that, would you?
No. You don't know. Maybe, I don't know about that bit.
Oh, not that device officer. That's why I do my illegal stuff.
Yeah.
Right? What if he's gone through all of them horrendous things? Like we said, he's done the 9/11 thing. He's been present for all these terrible things.
Are we assuming he's completely innocent there?
He's completely innocent, and he's thinking, no one has ever interviewed me. No one has ever said, how am I doing? So he's just thought, right, it was me. I want the attention. I'm about to retire. I want to go to prison, and I want to do this. So then he thought, right, and child pornography while I'm at.
Maybe he thinks prison will be safer than the real world.
Maybe.
It's been pretty dangerous to him so far.
He seems like the kind of guy you want on a podcast, well, maybe.
Seriously.
Oh, yeah, but the feeders for him, that'd be good. Yeah, I can watch that
Go
live.
on, Kieran. Go
No, I
find
won't
him.
come and watch that live. No, I'd watch it on YouTube afterwards.
Yeah, not coming here when he's here, like.
Is there anything about where he's been, like what the things are? Because I know one of them was 9/11, but he was somewhere else. I think it was when someone got shot or something.
We can have a
I think he's
in
in a bomb threat to some big political event
just
as well.
just Google what events has George Zinn been at? Yeah, because there was things, man, and like
I want to read his autobiography.
I know, yeah.
Maybe that's what it is. It's a book deal. That's what he wants. wants.
Maybe.
Plug him for his
Maybe. Wild conspiracy theory, right? He's a time traveller from the future, and he's doing time travel tourism to all the big events of the 21st centuries.
Imagine.
He knows where to start.
Yeah.
He knows where the best viewing thing is.
Like you'd go back and see like Mozart and the Painters of the Sistine Chapel. He's like, I'm going to go see Charlie Kirk get shot and the Twin Towers fall down. That's his time travel tourism.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, it could be. It could be.
So
But-
I was going to say, a statement here says former NFL star Antonio Brown has ignited a firestorm of controversy on social media after posting a bizarre and inflammatory claim regarding George Zinn, a man now at the centre of a growing conspiracy theory. Brown's tweet raises shocking allegations suggesting Zinn was involved in both 9/11 attacks and a recent attempt on conservative commentator Charlie Kirk.
I mean, like you say, a lot of this stuff, right? It's either in this whole thing, there's a lot of really bad luck and a lot of miracles all happening at the same time.
This whole Charlie Kirk event, for what seems like a pretty straightforward, some nutter shot him in the neck.
I thought that's all it was.
All of a sudden, a lot of loose ends have started appearing. There's a lot more questions to be answered on this, and this is going to go on for a long time trying to work out what's happened here.
Yeah.
Even like where he was, it was like a marquee on grass.
Yeah.
About 3 or 4 days later, they've paved it over.
The what?
He was on the marquee on the grass area.
Yeah.
It was paved over like 3 or 4 days later.
Hang on.
Just things like that is like, why?
Hang on. Wouldn't it have been a crime scene? Wouldn't it have been cordoned off and like
Again,
forensics?
let's go with the innocence and say the police have done what they have to do and the FBI have done. They've said it's yours now. We're done with it. Yeah.
Right.
It just seems strange to pave it over like immediately afterwards, like almost like to hide something. But Candace Owens thinks there might be an underground tunnel and he was shot from below.
Oh, she gets a mile wicker.
But if she is right, you've just covered it up now with paving slabs. Who's going to find it now?
I like Candice Owens because she's made a career out of saying nothing really. I respect
Like
her.
this podcast.
Yeah, I respect her. She comes. I like it. And not just saying nothing, just saying stuff for effect.
Yes, and
I love the one about the French.
I would say because of Candace Owens, we're about to see what's her name, Macron's fanny in a courtroom.
I love this. So I know, sorry kids, but she basically has a theory that a lot of people do jump on, that Macron's.
I forgot what her first name is now. You got Emmanuel Macron, Brigitte Macron. She is his very elderly wife. He's in his 40s, I think. Well, she was his teacher when they first met.
Yeah, backstory. They met when he was like 15. She was a 30-odd-year-old teacher. He was the student. God knows. They end up getting married. He's obviously quite young when they get married. Stay together forever. So it must be love. Be love. They're still together now. But the theory is that she's a fella, basically.
No.
And Candace Owens is pushing this so hard
And
that the Macrons are now taking her to court about it.
Yeah, because...
Which means in Discovery, we're going to see a picture of her fanny to prove she's a woman.
How do we get tickets? No, but literally.
I mean,
What's going to happen, kids?
Michael Obama never took anybody to court over these rumours, did he?
Obama.
Oh, Big Mike.
Big Mike. Yeah. No, but I mean, there is like, when you go into it, like when you first hear it, you think, oh, shut up. Of course she's not a thingy. But like some people do make like a good case. And when you hear it out, you do think she might be a fella.
Like if somebody, if let's say it's Alex Jones, a really famous podcaster, yeah? Let's say every week he comes on and says, Dan Brown was born a woman, right? You know you weren't born a woman.
You think.
So would you ever get to the point of saying, I'm going to take you to court? Like,
Well.
if someone's saying something that's just so blatantly false, you just leave them be.
Do you know why?
It's what they call the Streisand effect.
It's because it's caught on. The thing is, with that Macron, Brigitte Macron, she has, it isn't just her saying it, like, it's caught on. You've got the Joe Rogans of the world talking about it.
They call this the Streisand effect. So somebody flew a plane over LA taking aerial photos, yeah? And Barbara Streisand wasn't happy because her mansion was in these photos.
Right,
So she took them to court.
right.
And everyone started saying, what's Barbara Streisand hiding? Let's look up Barbara Streisand's mansion on Google. And it's now called the Streisand effect because she brought attention to it.
By doing it.
And again, if Macron had just stayed quiet, everyone was just, Candace is just an idiot.
Yeah, it could have just went away. Like.
Yeah.
But now they've made it like a thing now. But, you know, you got to think, he's fuming. She's probably a woman. She's probably a woman. She's probably a woman, right? And he's just absolutely seething.
Can we do a bet on it? Can we bet a 10 on it now? Do you think she's a woman or a man?
I think she's a woman.
I'll go a 10 on a man.
Sorry, just makes me think of that song.
£10 is a
You
man.
that sure?
This is the court case. £10 is a man.
Imagine she was a man. She can't be a man.
I'm going to
Well,
frame.
listen.
I'm going to frame that tenner if she
If you
is.
were a man, you wouldn't take him to court to prove you're a woman, right? That's
don't
the thing.
know.
Like,
I honestly think, right, with
She
the
could
way
be-
her rights is, she'll just say, no, I'm a woman. I've been a woman for at least however
At
many
least 5 years.
So I am a woman. And no one's going to push that either. No one's going to say,
No.
get it out and let's have a look.
The thing
one's
is-
But
gonna say that.
she's the one that's taking it to court, not Candice Owens.
Just
people are
slander.
saying, like, right, I've heard people say, right, so, like, the court thing, right? So listen to this. Like, okay, it's never going to happen, but let's say, right, oh, well, let's see a picture, right? Come behind this curtain and show us then. But, like, in this day and age, you can make them. Like, you can make them. Like, mate, I've seen some weird videos.
Just as good as a real one.
Fam, I'm telling you, there's some rabbit holes on the internet. I'm telling you, I've been down them rabbit holes, and
That's
I'm
very
like,
offensive.
whoa.
That's very offensive. They're
I'm
not
sorry.
rabbit holes, they're neo vaginas.
No, but I'm just saying, use your imagination or don't. That's possible. Believe me, I've seen it. Right?
Just want to say the 10-year-olds lose this shit over.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, kids. Sorry, kids. But the second thing, so that's how you can skirt that, because what if that's been done? And two, they think, right, well, this is it. This is the definitive thing. DNA test. Right? Whose payroll are them DNA people on? Says who? Says who? So a man in a white coat comes out and goes, she is a woman. You know, like, who are you, like?
Exactly.
Like, who are you? Who are you? Who's tested her?
The judge has to decide who he's going to believe, doesn't
Yeah.
he?
But, like, how do you even vote that? I hereby declare she's a man. You know, everyone goes off in arms and that, she's a man.
And because it's international, is an American judge really going to tell the French premier that his
Premier?
wife is a man?
And, like, where's this court case being done? Is it in France?
Is it a French judge or an American judge?
So you
Has
tell
he said anything then? Because it sounds like
Him?
it's only her. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he goes,
"Honky, honky,
he goes
honky."
spare. Have you not,
He
like,
did
yeah,
like
but he's
it.
taking his aggression out somewhere else.
It's just like this whole thing. It's winding him up in it because it's making him do things.
Well,
The more
do you know
people
what's
are doing
happening?
It, aren't
Do you know
they?
what's happening?
Like
France,
Slater who bums dogs.
This is-
that, innit?
France-
All over again.
France have been sat there for years and years, right? Just eating cheese, just being quiet, being French, doing nothing, just
Smoking, drinking cappuccino.
yeah, just talking
and eating
shit.
cheese.
Yeah, sitting in cafes, eating croissants, you know, planning the next surrender, this sort of stuff. But what's happened now is, as I don't know if it's like related, but as this shit's all going on with his wife, he's kicking off with Russia. And I think because there's hell on at home, he's the only one out of the whole Europeans. Like England, they're like, oh yes, we'll just behave ourselves. And everybody else is just like, oh, what does America say? France is like, fuck them. You know, like France is like, we're gonna bomb them. You know, and like France are getting ready for war. And I'm
All
like,
riled up that they're women
so
are being
basically,
called men.
there's going to be World War III, right? And it's Candice Owens' fault. Because follow the dominoes. Do you know what I mean? She's winding him up. He can't take it out on her. So he's kicking off in politics, getting his balls out and that, saying, I'm going to get you. And now there's going to be a war.
He can't take it out of her because he'll kick his ass.
Yeah, well, you've seen it, haven't you? You've seen it. She gives him a slap, like.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
she?
Yeah,
on
she
the plane.
slapped him.
Oh, yeah.
They boarded the plane,
And
and
he-
he kind of turns, waves to the crowd. As he turns around, his hand comes out and just slaps him
goes,
across the face.
Yeah, and he styles it out, you know, like that, like
It happens all the time.
yeah, yeah. And that when they asked him about it, he said, "Oh, we're just playing." Didn't look like a plane to me. You know, it looked like you just got clouted, pal.
Yeah, I forgot about that
He
slap.
got a proper slap, yeah. Yeah,
He's used to it, though, because about 4 or 5 years ago, there was a trend of Macron slapping.
being slapped.
About 4 or 5 years ago, there was a few events, very close proximity to each other, where he was out in public doing meets and greets, and someone in the crowd would just slap him for being such a bad prime minister. We need to bring that back in England.
Yeah, look, I'm
Macron slapping became a bit of a trend a few years ago.
who knows? Who knows if she's let's have a look at him getting slapped. Oh well, let's have a look. Let's have a look. It's quite funny. So is this a man slap or a woman? Look, bang! It was a punch! It was a punch! Look. Bang!
That rocks him.
Listen, that was a jab. One more time.
His head rocks.
Yeah, look at the power on it. Let's go again. Watch. Bang. So that wasn't a man punch. Boom. Get out of it.
That was a
He's
man.
not just turning his head because he's that busy talking. Well,
But the way
probably bitching at it.
But his head and his arms.
Yeah, yeah, it was a bang. Like, it was a good punch. She's she got skill, yeah. She's trained. Who knows? But if I was to guess, I'm going she's a woman. But you know what? I enjoy it. It gives us something to mess about.
Exactly.
It's better than this Charlie Kirk stuff, isn't it?
It's good to have a good little bet on these things as well.
Yeah, of course it is. Of course it is. What else is going on then? Because this is where my head is now. Like, as far as conspiracies go, I'm all in the Charlie Kirk world now.
Yeah.
What else is going on in the world?
Well, just for the Charlie Kirk show, I was getting really into a series by YouTube called Coop, who's revisited the Vegas shooting. Remember that one?
Oh yeah,
Yeah. He's done 3 videos, about an hour long per video, of just everything that doesn't make sense. It's been a really interesting watch so far, and he's been ending everything. He's been ending every video with like, "I'm happy in my life. I don't walk in the woods alone. I don't stand on balconies. I have no intention of ending myself soon."
That fella on the conspiracy file says that at the start of everything.
Yeah.
He says, "Just so you know, I'm not planning on going anywhere." Basically saying
these
if something
people-
happens, it's one of them.
These people have a habit of shooting themselves in the back of the head twice. Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. What else is going on in the world? Have we missed anything?
I've got one.
Go on.
These new digital IDs.
Oh,
Right.
Have you not seen this?
No, I don't know what it is. Explain it to what it is first. Ron.
It's now we have to. I don't know when the specific dates are, but it came out yesterday that we have to carry a digital ID to prove that we are able to work in the UK.
Hang on. Whoa. Is this thing that was happening in China? And a few years ago, we were literally pointing at China saying, "Imagine how bad that is."
Yep.
That's here now.
Yep. It's coming.
Huh.
We will have it, according to Keir Starmer.
Is that legal? Can they force us to do it?
Yeah,
They can't force us to do it. No.
So, I
It's
think
human
what
rights.
David say is that it's going to be a digital thing, so that right now all of our personal information that's on the government thing, that you're going to have this online thing that says that you're allowed to do it. So whether we have a physical card or whether it is just something that your name will say, "I am Dan Brown and I'm allowed to work in England." So you'll still have your same, like your passport, your driving license. You'll still have that as a physical ID, but that this will be your digital presence.
In the conspiracy world, we call this problem, reaction, solution. Tony Blair wanted digital IDs, and everyone said no. So he wanted mandatory card IDs at the time, because digital wasn't really a thing then. And people said no. So what's happened recently is we have the boat migrants problem. We've all been kicking off, firebombing hotels, putting flags up, protesting.
I love the flags.
That's the
by the way.
I
reaction.
love the flags.
Solution, digital IDs will stop the boat migrants. They haven't told us how, but they've promised that digital IDs will stop the boat migrants.
How?
It's like the pants gnomes.
I think they should invest in sharks
Yeah, but
instead. Like, that's better.
I'm Scott that. You need digital ID to get a job. But do you think takeaway drivers that are making £2 an hour on their little stolen bicycles
Bringing you
have
your
given
burger.
their national insurance number to their employer?
No.
Exactly. So
No.
it won't stop them from working, will it?
And then I ask you as well, do we really want these migrants to go? Because I don't. I'm the first to say I'm the other way.
Okay.
I welcome the migrants into this country.
Legal or illegal?
I'd prefer them to be legal. I'd prefer them. Yes, there should be a process. I don't think they should have to do what they're doing to get in. I think we should be more welcoming. This is my sort of left-wing approach, or whatever you want to call it. And it's a selfish one. I'm not doing it because I'm like, oh, well, you know, I'm Jesus and bless these souls. No. Like, the greatest countries in the world are the ones where you get a lot of people. The more people you have, different cultures, different ideas, different thingy, that results in a better country. That's what we want. We don't want to be an isolated, you know, country. We're not Nazis. You know what I mean? Like, I like people coming into our country. I like diversity.
I want to pin
like
you down the details here. How does it make us a better country?
because what should happen is it makes people more tolerant. That's what should happen, because then you're not basically China and Russia, where they don't have any diversity. And I think the more people you come in, what you get is better food. You get more different like skills. You got more chance of getting good doctors. And I think these people should come in and it can add to our country and make our country great. Like, yeah, I'm not saying bring them all in, stick them on the what's it called, the rock and roll dole, and they just sit there and do now. Like, yeah, that's no use to us at all, because that's just costing us money. But it should be a process of, right, come on in, what do you want to do then?
See,
let's go work at Argos, let's do this. Like, we need people. Like, be in our military, whatever you want. There's stuff we need. Make our country better. Come in and let's add to this. Let's become, we are the United Kingdom. That's what we are. We are a united kingdom. So we should be the United Kingdom, the United States of America. How do you think the greatest country in the world was made? Immigrants.
You mentioned China and Russia. I'd maybe throw India in there as well.
Them too.
With their lack of diversity, are currently vying for who's going to be the superpower after the USA's empire's fallen.
Yeah, but that's a different argument. The reason, I'll be honest, the reason that America's gone down the path it's on is because it's been all this inclusive stuff. Like, in my opinion, it's been a bit too. It's made a few wrong turns, and there might be some outsider players playing some games and polluting the brains and stuff like this. I can see that. That's their own doing. They could sort that out. They could. America could fix the problems, but they're going to have to change how they're operating. They're going to have to like sort of wind it back a bit and think, right, this is how we need to be doing stuff.
I think that a single culture works together in a subconscious way. For example, everyone in this room is an animal lover. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dolly's walking around the room.
Yeah.
We don't have to tell each other that we should pet the dog and be nice to the dog or don't kick the dog.
No.
Because we're all of the culture of loving animals. We just know. And so without having to discuss it and waste time thinking about it, we just move in that direction of making life nice for the animal. And that can apply to almost anything. If you've got a shared opinion with a shared group of people, you don't have to discuss it. You just know it and you do it. For example, the English or the British way is very ordered. Everything has its place. You go to somewhere like India or Africa and you'll see like the telegraph poles have birds' nest of wires because their way isn't everything is ordered and in its place. And we don't discuss saying, no, just tie that wire. We just do it as part of our installing those wires. And I think that expands to almost every area of any culture trying to move forward and progress.
Oh, the best example, the queue.
Yes.
The queue. I love to queue.
Nobody ever taught me how to queue.
I will wait behind you and I will wait my turn.
No one ever taught me how to queue.
No.
I just knew it.
I just knew to queue. That is a very good thing. And that's, you go anywhere else, they don't queue. And that's a weird thing, that.
In probably 95% of countries in the world, they just swarm what they're trying to get to, and whoever gets there, gets there.
I mean, that's a myth. I've been everywhere in the queue, just so you know.
British people that were with you.
I've been in different countries and they all seem to queue to me. Yeah, they're a bit more pushy-inny, but there's still the line.
Well, pushy-inny isn't queuing, is it?
You know, I don't know, like the migrant thing, just bringing that there. That's my opinion. I think, yes, there should be, I'm not saying it should be like communism, but I think if you're coming to the United Kingdom, it's, okay, there's your pamphlet. This is how we do things. You know, you have fishing.
How do you feel about the one in, one out thing that they're currently doing at the minute?
What does that mean? As it sounds.
Yeah, exactly. That's the new thing that's rolled out in the past 2 weeks or something like that.
Let's go with what it sounds like, because the one it sounds like is worth discussing. What they're actually doing is nothing. It's a big con, but let's go with what it sounds like. One in, one out, I think, is great, because I think we're overpopulating in this country. But one in, one out means we're not making the problem worse. We're not kicking people out, but we're not making the overpopulation problem worse by bringing more people in. So I think that's a good idea.
What do you think, Dan?
I don't think it'll work. It works in theory, but tell you what, you're going to have to be kicking out a lot of people. Well, and how do you decide who gets kicked out?
The way the government are really doing it, because Kia can't negotiate a thing to save his life, right, is when an illegal immigrant comes in, we send him back to France and they give us a legal migrant, so our population's still going up.
Are France all right
So
with
it's
this?
not a good deal for us. Oh, yeah.
They're all right
because they're still getting rid of one.
Right, okay.
So one moves from France to Britain, we catch him, we send him back, and then France give us one. So France still got one over to our shores. But on paper, the idea of one in, one out, I think, is brilliant, because you're not making the problem of overpopulation worse, but you're still allowing people to come in and out of the country.
Yeah, you know what? I'm open to anything, but I definitely don't think it should be like a zero tolerance, in my opinion, where it's like, no one's allowed in. Like, no, mate.
Something has to change, because we can't keep going the way we're going. And I think we need a good, honest discussion between all the parties on what we're going to do to fix, maybe not even fix things, just make things a little bit better than they are now.
How would you?
To what we were saying earlier today, and I was saying, you will notice this as well, Dan. Bad news. We only ever hear bad news. We're never hearing the good news. And bad news, people want to share. That's what everyone's wanting to talk about. Which
Definitely.
brings us to what we were saying about your TikTok
I posted
post.
2 TikToks yesterday. One was a video of locomotion number 1 going across the Bonomi Bridge to celebrate the 200th anniversary of the Stockton Darlington Railway. It got about 6,500 views. The other video was at the front of my house, where they've erected massive barriers across the road and shut the whole thing off, and it felt like a scene out of 1984. That got 1.6 million views. People love bad news. They share bad news. They talk about bad news. There's the good news. Look at that beautiful train. Look at that beautiful British engineering on that original bridge that's still standing after 6,500 people watched the bloody thing.
Yeah.
And that's a celebration. We should be celebrating that. And I know, so my balcony overlooks this bridge. I know that is an exclusive shot that nobody else had because no one else was on my balcony with me yesterday.
No.
6,500 views to celebrate British engineering. Do you know what I mean?
But that's like what Dan's saying of how Dan's view, and I would agree with you. I don't mind, you know, as long as you're going to add to the flavour of the country, shall we say, as long as you've got something to absolutely give to us,
Not even if you haven't got something, whether you're willing to try.
Yeah,
You could
whether
land
you're willing
here,
to
not being
try.
able to read, write, nothing.
But if
Literally,
you want to come here and learn.
yeah, I want to be part
brilliant.
of this culture.
Yeah.
Come on then. Let's do
totally
it.
that.
Let's be better.
Whilst you're learning to read English, Farmer Jones has some strawberries that need picking.
Let's go.
You can earn some wages. You can go to English classes at the weekend. That's how it should be.
Add to the economy.
Yeah.
To the economy, exactly. And
Bigger
I'm
and
with you in
stronger
that
and better.
sense. Yeah, I'm all for that. But unfortunately, that's not those people that are doing that. That's not what the coverage is being, is it? All we're focusing on
Is them little stories.
And I'd be
Little
happy for people to stay in hotels rent free, getting their however many pounds a week and whatever,
For a bit.
if they were fleeing war zones and persecution. If it was women and children fleeing from Eritrea or Ukraine or Iran, fair enough, come in, we'll keep you safe. But it's not. It's all just young men looking for a cheap ticket over here.
I don't know how it's all going, but I hope these people who are coming to the hotels, put them up for free, feed them for free. But I hope there's a plan to say, right, okay, this is your room, get yourself a shower, there's some clothes, food's downstairs, get some sleep, because on Monday, shit starts.
What now? How are you getting on your feet?
Yeah, so now we have, there's your English class, there's this, so that we've got a plan that in 3 months, you're ready to rock. You're in the UK, you don't have to be a perfect English speaker, but you can get by, you understand what you're doing, you've got a plan, you know what you're doing, get out there and add to us, make us better.
Maybe a big issue is like the softy culture where nobody's, I was going to say offend people, no one's even willing to push people anymore.
Nah, man.
Have you looked for a job? No. Oh, we'll try again next week.
Yeah, but it's
No, get a job.
Yeah,
Look,
like we should.
What
Yeah,
you've
they
done
should-
this week,
they
do
should,
something.
Should try. People, they should try, and it could be good if managed correctly. I think it could be very beneficial.
Yeah.
And overpopulated. Like, mate, have you seen Scotland? Like, it's just dead. Like, there's nothing there. There's like 2 cities. The rest of it's barren. Stick them up there. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Well, that's another part of the problem again, though, is they're being sent to the same places. So what we're forming is basically foreign cities. London, Birmingham, Manchester, Leeds, Bradford. They're just foreign cities. For some reason, we're just sending them to a handful of places.
But the thing is,
to rebuild their own culture in England.
the thing is, this foreign thing, right? They're only foreign for a generation. Then they're not foreign. Like, when you look, like, I went to school with a lad called Bilal. His mum and dad were from Bangladesh. He was as English as they come.
Unfortunately, stats show that most foreign terror attacks come from second-generation immigrants.
Maybe. But look, we've just watched something about some English-American kid blowing somebody's head off.
Totally, yeah.
Like, the media's just going to focus on them.
Okay,
Like,
so yeah, there are homegrown criminals, yeah? Of
course
so
there are.
if there's an English, I'm trying to think of something that's child-friendly, an English murderer, right?
Well, yeah, that was child friendly, that wasn't it?
Oh, my mind was going much worse than murder. An English murderer, okay, he shouldn't be murdering. Unfortunately, he's our problem. We can't send him back to his country because this is his country. So now we need to jail him and punish him and rehabilitate him, whatever. Whereas a Somalian murderer, he shouldn't be our problem. Fling him back to Somalia. Do you know what I mean? There's somewhere he can go that's not England. Get out, you're no good to us.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
we need to be treating everyone differently because we are different. An English person is English. We can't get rid of him.
Yeah.
A foreign murderer is foreign. Get back to where you came from and let their government deal with them.
Yeah, that's different. Like criminals and stuff. Like, yeah. You know, I think petty crime, you should get 3 strikes. You know what I mean? If you pinch something, strike 1. If you pinch a car, whatever, strike 2. 3rd strike, you're out. If it's a serious crime, you're out
In recent times, I've become staunchly pro-death penalty.
Recent times. Why not? What do you mean? Why not always?
If for a year we make the penalty for shoplifting hanging by the neck until death, what do you think the shoplifting stats will look like in a year's time?
They'll be down, like.
They'll be pretty much zero.
Yeah,
at that
they'll be
point,
down,
wouldn't
like,
they?
yeah.
That's what you got to do.
And
Shoplifting solved.
And it gives us something to watch on a Sunday night.
Shoplifting solved.
You know, you can make a TV program out of it. You know what I mean? You could do like, you could get them like that. We do our hanging on a Sunday.
If you're caught doing 32 in a 30 zone, you get 40 lashes to your bare feet.
And what would you rather watch?
What will the speeding stats do over that time?
He's right. And what would you rather watch? Songs of Praise or that?
Well, there you go.
There you go.
See?
Well, I just want to say, sometimes like you might go through, do shopping. They all have these like scan it yourself now as you go through. What if you accidentally miss a thing off? You check your receipt when you get back to the car, and you're like, you start running back and I haven't paid for this. I haven't paid for this. Whoa, let me look.
You tell that to a jury of your peers.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, you're getting hanged on Sunday.
No, that's it. Get him out.
No, you've done it.
Yeah.
You won't make
Deal's
that
done
mistake
now.
again.
Keith, get the rope.
I'll say you're on ITV.
Yeah, just literally string you up there. Old school. No. Jesus. Savage. Well, basically, I think that's what would happen if the world didn't have women in it. I think that's what the world would look like.
Rob, tell Dan, if you were Prime Minister of our... No, it's not Prime Minister, dictator.
King.
Of our king of our country, dictator. What are your rules that you would implement? Now, remember, this is Rob's country now. Rob
Hang on,
gets
is
to
this
pick.
something I've said in the past, is
Yeah?
it?
What are your rules?
What have I said in the past? Blimey, what have I said in the
Right.
past?
What's your
What haven't you
feelings
said?
on nude tracksuits, Rob?
Oh, they're banned.
Yeah, tell them why.
Flesh-coloured tracksuits and leggings, gone.
Why?
Have you ever been driving your car, right? And you see a fat bird in flesh-coloured leggings? Banned. Banned.
What else?
It's one thing crashing your car because you're looking at a fit woman. When I'm forced to look at a fat woman in flesh-coloured leggings, no, they're gone.
No.
He means that. He's
I know he
not
does.
joking.
I'll
That's
introduce a new crime called eye rape.
Oh no, I rip.
What else? Can you go for any of the other ones?
I've seen a lot of stuff in my time.
Yeah, be a few things. If you could make one rule, what would you change, Ron? One rule. If it was your country, what would it
And you
be?
can be as crazy as you like.
No,
Use two next.
because I hate traffic. Mine would be you implement the same rules which are on the German autobahn.
Oh yeah, I'd love that.
Do you think?
Yeah,
Wow. I suppose it get rid of some people
because
as well.
like in no way in the UK should a lorry have to overtake a car
What?
on a
This,
motorway.
this is actually one of mine because I'm a lorry driver, right? If a lorry overtakes you, it should be an instant 3 points for the car driver.
Oh, because they're going so slow.
I'm the person driving 60.
A lorry is limited to 56 mile an hour. So if a lorry overtakes you, you're going dangerously slow.
If it was in your country, it'd be right. Get the rope.
Yeah,
That's it.
you won't make that mistake twice.
Right. Rob, we've run out of rope.
Import some rope
Yeah,
manufacturers
just
to Somalia.
cut him down then.
No, we're sharing.
Yeah, we're sharing ropes.
But not only that, like you see in Germany as well on the autobahn. Obviously, they got a lot of lanes, but there's no fast lane hoggers. There's no middle lane hoggers because anyone knows there might be a BMW come flying 180 mile an hour behind us. So I'm just going to stay in the left-hand lane, do the speed limit.
I'd
what
be
I wanna do.
intrigued to know what the death toll was. I've never seen this. Like on the
no
autobahn,
idea,
is there a lot of deaths? I think there might be. You know, compared to a normal motorway, is it proven like? This stat isn't going to say, actually, you let people drive as fast as they want and no one dies.
I'm really surprised that still exists in the time of the EU.
Me
I'm surprised
too.
that's a thing they haven't changed.
Me too.
322 died equals 2.19 deaths per billion miles.
That means
So
nothing.
what
to
does
me.
that 2.19 deaths per... How does that compare to, say, the UK? Can you put that in?
They're trying to give us a confusion stat.
We
So
got
we're like,
2.19 billion per billion miles, didn't we?
I
How's
don't
that
understand.
to the UK?
I'm not clever enough.
You need a reference point to know if that's high or low.
Just ask how many died last year.
So that's a different number, isn't it, completely?
Yeah.
Just say, does the autobahn have more deaths than normal
Yeah.
motorways? Does the
There
auto-
should definitely be a fine for car drivers that get overtaken by lorries because it means you're driving dangerously slow. If something that big and heavy and slow can get past you.
So statistics show that fatality rate per mile driven on the autobahn is higher than on motorways, and fatality rate on unrestricted sections is 25% higher. I mean, I can believe that. That sounds about right.
Do you want me to say the gaming world? Get good.
Yeah, get good. Yeah. I don't know. Do you know what truth is? I don't. I'm going to go against you, Ron. I'm going to go. You know why?
Voting for him. He's not getting your vote.
The truth is, if we had an autobahn, I would drive very fast on it. But for that reason, I don't want one.
I would just be sticking at
See,
60 in the left-hand lane, and I'd be fine, and I'd just wave as you all went past me.
I would hire a sports car that's like a supercar at the weekend and just go to London and back for the fun of it.
In 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Just gone.
See,
I'd
I don't
say
believe
save
you
up,
on
get a
that.
Lamborghini for 24 hours, London and back, just for the crack.
I don't believe you on that, because on those back roads onto the A174, I've never seen you go above 40 mile an hour.
You know why?
Why?
Because I'm 40 years old. I was 21 once, and do you know what I realised, Ron? And I think you haven't got there yet. Between passing my test at 17 and been about 29, I was reckless. I had fast cars. I drove fast. I was an idiot.
Faster women.
I discovered at early age what the rear wheel drive was. What? So I can spin it out. So literally, I would be that knobhead going round a roundabout in the town, going woo, and I got good at it. I was a prick. But what I realised, right, is I had garage bills all the time, right? And I also had a fancy for German cars. So I was having BMWs and I was having Mercedes, and the garage bills. A penny just dropped, right? I think it was like I was about 30 maybe. And my car had gone in, and this had gone, and that had gone, and it was another $2,000, and all of a sudden, I just thought, like, hang on a minute, what happens if I just drive gently? And do you know what happened? My garage bills went zip, all the way down, and then I thought, oh my God, how I drive is directly related to how wealthy I am. So then I stopped doing it.
My car is 6 years old. Yesterday, the two back tyres got changed for the first time. They were still legal.
I could do it.
6 years those tyres have lasted me.
I could do it, but I know what's coming. If you drive a Mercedes and you take your car to Mercedes to be fixed, you won't drive like that. I'm telling you, because you're frightened. When I see that engine management light come on, I'm like, oh no, I wanted to go on holiday. That's like the tape. It's gone. Gone.
Anyway,
That's it.
I hate to cut you off, but I really want to hear what the boys' answers were.
Let's go, boys.
You become king. What law are you instating?
I have no clue.
No clue.
It has to be something that gets on your wick. That you
What grinds your gears?
School system.
Right.
I like this.
Explain it.
I like
Come on then.
this.
The school system doesn't work anymore.
So what are you
Okay.
changing? Come on.
What am I changing? Everything.
Right.
Because it's like,
Look at the
What?
passion in his eyes. Saying that.
But how would you educate people?
it's one thing going, right, everybody, here's 60 subjects. You're going to take a 3-hour exam on each of them. And then we're going to grade you, and depending on how good you do, that's how you set for life. So if you say you fail your English, right, you're fucked, mate. You're coming back to me every single year to do it again. Until you pass it, you're fucked. You ain't getting a good job. You ain't doing nothing well.
What
No.
are you going to change?
How would you educate kids? That's the thing.
Educate him. To a degree, you can have some things. Like, yes, you need to learn to a degree of English, but I don't need to know what an oxymoron is.
You're an oxymoron.
In my day-to-day life. Because I haven't used that once.
So,
I'm still in
question
school.
though, the schools, would you still have kids going to a place for 6 hours a day?
No.
So how would you not end up with like a retarded nation, like, you know, France?
It would be... you have them. This is the time you have them. You can either do it, or you don't do it, but you have to be doing something productive in that other time.
So you're saying,
So you either have to be on like an apprenticeship or a job instead of doing it.
but how would you get a 5-year-old on apprenticeship?
You don't.
Send them down the chimneys.
Yeah, okay. I agree with Anth that
Yeah.
the school system, I believe, should be changed.
Yeah, I agree.
but I don't know how.
I think for some people, getting practical experience at work is better than being at school.
But how old, man? 'Cause
I'll
if you
give
go
you
too
some-
young, like it's slave labour. Do you know
I
what
had
I
a
mean?
childhood friend, and he was, I don't want to say ill, he was mentally backwards. I've said the old fashioned word would be retarded.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
He was obsessed with JCBs and diggers,
yeah.
but he had to go to school until he was 16 because that's what the law said.
I mean,
At a young age,
diggers
he
are
was
awesome.
learning how to maybe be a mechanic for JCB or drive them or how to change the tyres. He could have got a productive job as an adult. Instead, he went to sheltered housing, and that's him for the rest of his adult life.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? In that one case, he would have been better being pulled out of school and learning a practical job.
Mm.
Here's how we grease a JCB. You've got a job for life there. You can fund yourself now. So I think that's a very good issue that Anne raises. That
Changing the school system. I think that's a good
for,
one.
for some people, you want to be in work and learning practical skills rather than learning in
Learning
books.
money, not just maths, like learning what maths will do for you. You know, like
Oh yeah, that one's mental.
Let's use Pythagoras to work out how much business expenses are this month.
Yeah.
Working it out.
Yeah. That's something that always like puzzled me. Like, where was the money education?
yeah, you needed that so
You
badly.
you should have had that from that. Should have been like class
One
one.
about credit cards, one does about that, one does about mortgages, what they cost.
APRs,
Yeah,
you know,
all
like
of
this,
that, and we're not taught it.
long term, how to build wealth over time. Like,
Compound interest.
yeah, like
and-
I'm 40 and I still ain't quite. I know there's something about it, but I haven't quite figured it out. But yeah, I mean, that should have been class one of one. 4-year-old, you walk through the reception door, you're crying that your mum's left you. Right, come on, sit down. Right, today we're going to learn about credit,
Yeah.
and that's how it should
By
start.
the time you leave school, you should be able to say, right, I've got £100 left over before my next payday.
Yeah.
Should that go to my credit card, my current account, my savings? You
Yeah.
should know that by the time you've
Yeah,
left
yeah,
school.
yeah, yeah.
Definitely.
Definitely.
And that's
Yeah.
missing. That is missing. That is totally missing. It's not life.
How to live.
How to
That's what we're
live,
not getting
yeah.
taught, either. Not taught how to, like the importance of, like you said there, getting up and going to a job then. There's plenty of kids out there that really do struggle for various reasons. Loads of
Now, our
reasons.
parents did home economics.
Yeah.
How to like clean your house, basically.
Yeah. How to pay the bills, how to cook
But
some
like,
food.
you're also taught as well, like, you know, I suppose you taught this the wrong way. You taught the hard way, but like this often comes through bullying and shit like that, and like you have to sort of you support from your teachers and your parents, but like there should be a massive emphasis on right. And it sounds awful. Life's gonna kick your head in. There's going to be times, right, you are going to be brutalized. You are going to feel like you want to just not be here anymore.
Your car's going to break down and you're going to say, I can't afford to fix that or go to work.
It comes from anywhere. It comes from anywhere. It comes from bullying. It comes from financial problems. It comes from relationship problems. Anything. It comes from all angles. It's 3D. And there's going to be times you're going to be absolutely in bits, whatever it is, and you need to learn this resilience to like, no, like this is just an external thing. It's not in here. It's not in here. So, right, okay, I'm fine. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. Okay, I don't like this, but I'm fine.
Identify your support network. What
Yeah.
support network is, how are you going to utilise them?
Yeah.
Know
Yeah.
before you leave school, what that looks
What
like.
are
Yeah,
my
yeah,
options?
yeah.
What are my options for getting through this rough patch in my
Yeah,
life?
because they come from all angles.
And it always comes.
And it always comes.
Yeah.
It always comes. And we all learn, but sadly we learn the hard way. We learn through it happening, and like the first time it happened, and like it was not, and like when we get like later down the line, we're like, oh, like look how like I handled it really bad then, and now I would be better at handling it. But that's just because you've had your ass kicked, basically. But if you're taught, obviously you don't want to put kids through hardship, but if you've at least prepared them and give them that, so kids are like they're 14, not even 16, like 12, 13, 14, that's when it starts getting real nasty. 12, 13, 14, by the time they get there, when they were 7, 8, 9, 10, they're aware, right, shit's going to kick off here, shit's going to get thingy. I don't have to fight them. I don't have to fight them. I just have to be aware it's coming, and I have to be aware of, right, okay, it's going to come, it's all right, and just learn how to like, yeah, I might cry, but I'm okay. I might cry, but I'm okay.
Totally.
Do you know what I mean? Life's not over. Life goes on. There's other things in life, and learn like when bad things happen, what things make you happy. So when something bad happens, okay, remember that thing that makes me happy. Right, okay, that's my happy thing. I like that. This isn't a problem. I can live with this. Whatever. Hard.
We're totally voting for Anthony on this one.
Totally voting for
you got my
Anthony.
vote on that
Totally
one,
voting,
definitely.
yeah, I like that one. What you?
I was going to say that was a proper good one. That one. We're all for
Yeah,
it.
yeah. What you saying,
where's-
Amy? Tom, you got anything else?
Where's
What you
Tom
saying?
going? Free Pokemon toys?
No, lean in. Go on. What is it going to be?
What would you change, or what would you like to happen?
So a certain type of like hotel was way cheaper, but only for people who like can't afford homes.
Nice.
So while they're trying to get their life back together and finding a job, they can stay there for much cheaper.
Do you know what, Tom? We actually used to have those as well.
Did we?
Like how halfway houses and things like that. We used to have those, and we got rid of them over time for some stupid reason.
Is that what a halfway house was?
Yeah, you come out of prison or something like that,
I think we still have them.
and it's to get you back into society.
We do still have them. I know somebody that's recently, you know, Nicky that was on the show.
Yeah.
He recently
Okay.
came out of it. I don't know if it's a halfway house, but he went somewhere first before he went to his
Right.
own place. I assume that was something to do with it. I
That's
assume.
a nice thing to say. What else? Tell us more about it.
Or the other thing was workhouses as well, which
I'm all for them. Let's bring them back.
in modern views, we think they're cruel, but they weren't, because people had nowhere to live. And they said, if you come and work at my factory, okay, you won't get much wages, but you will get a house. You will get somewhere to live. Which, when you had nowhere to live, was a good deal.
And gruel.
Yeah.
And gruel. You got a bowl of gruel.
No, in our modern sensibilities, a workhouse sounds cruel. But
Yeah.
these people were in rural villages where there was actually like one farm in the entire village. And the factory owner said, come and work for me.
So hang on, Rob.
You've
Rob,
got a house there.
Just to wind this back, mate. Just to hang on. So what are you saying? You saying we should have workhouses?
It's not a bad idea.
Is that what we're saying? So what we could do is we could pair Ant's idea
Yeah.
with Rob's, right? So you get a 5-year-old, don't want to go to school. Sort as your fam.
You gotta be
Get in
work-
there, make some textiles.
Workhouses
Chop, chop.
were there before we had the benefit system.
Yeah, yeah.
There was no dole to claim.
Yeah,
There
yeah.
was no disability allowance to claim.
And then we don't have to ask India for our footballs because we'll make them ourselves. Do you know what I mean? It actually makes sense. I like it.
But you're unemployed. There's no benefits to claim. You're just unemployed with no money. And then the factory owner says, look, there's a terrace house over there. If you come and work for me 6 days a week. Well, I don't want to work 6 days a week, but I don't want to be living on the street either.
What is a man to do?
We think they're cruel now because we've got safety nets and benefit systems and NHS and all that sort of stuff. But they didn't have those luxuries back then. It was a good deal.
Go on then, Tom, tell us some more. Anything else?
Just cheap housing.
Cheap housing.
Cheap housing. That was it, yeah,
housing.
which is good. Proper things for people who need homes. Don't have to be fresh out of prison or something like that. Could just be people falling on hard times. Could be somebody saving up for a mortgage. Where they could go, hang on a minute,
Yeah.
because when you're renting, how are you going to save up for a mortgage? Well, I know, we've got this hotel for you.
I'll stay there for 6 months.
Stay
to
there for
save
6
my wages.
months, keep working,
work,
get your shit
yeah.
together,
Yeah.
and then get yourself on the what's it called, property ladder, innit?
This is good stuff.
Here's
Good stuff, like, good
That's
stuff.
historical fact that Tom just reminded me of. Do you know where the phrase hangover comes from?
No, oh, I do,
The Victorians would go out on the lash,
yeah.
right? Get drunk and think, I'm not going to make it home.
It's a myth,
You could-
this, you know.
You could, there were these buildings with like ropes hanging between the walls. You could pay a penny, and you'd basically lean on the rope and sleep
Images.
it off till the morning.
No, if
And the
you
phrase
image,
hangover comes because you were hung over this rope all night having a bad night's sleep.
I've heard this. You had to pay for it, right?
It's like a penny or something.
Yeah, a
like
penny,
that,
and you got to
yeah.
hang over a rope, so you didn't have to lie on the floor. I don't know if it's real, but like, there's pictures of it and shit. Google like hangover rope. That might not come out well.
Hangover rope. That's my policy again.
Go on the images.
Drinking, death.
Go on the images, Ron. Go to the top images. No, sleeping rope. Yeah, it's a sleeping rope.
Second picture.
Second picture, yeah.
Yeah.
So these were ropes that people just hung over. and
£2 hangover.
so apparently, I don't know. I think it's true. And basically, yeah, that would be what they would do. What about you, Em? What would you do?
Right, so.
Here we go.
Got a
Oh, here we
section,
go.
right.
Here's the
Right.
policy speech.
So mine's 2 parts, right? Because I'd have to have 2 policies. My first one, you won't agree with me, Dan, but I'm very passionate about this. Very passionate. I cannot abide men who take their tops off in public.
I'm with you on this one.
I agree with that. Absolutely can't stand it. It, to me, that is flashing. I don't want to see your nipples, mate. Don't want to see them at all.
About on a
Can't
bit-
stand it.
What about on the beach?
No, right? So, this is what I mean. Beaches, places you are not walking around if you are laid down sunbathing in a beach, not by the river.
It should be
not
allowed
the
in.
park
It should
the
be allowed in
South Park.
certain places.
Certain places is absolutely fine. As
Sunbathing.
long as, you like I say, you like that. But if you stand up and start walking around, get that top put back on. Don't wanna
Beach.
see it.
Park, river, swimming pool, pub, beer garden.
No.
They're the
No
places where
chance.
being topless should be
They
allowed.
serve food. No.
Some pubs.
No, if you serve food, I don't want to be looking, because the thing is, you know, my brother looks after himself, right? He takes his top off, it's not so bad. a horrible, hairy, fat, sweaty man walking along without his top off.
Don't point at me, you little...
Looking like that. Can't stand it. Absolutely can't stand it. To me, it's flashing. It's no different than
Can
that.
I suggest the inverse of that law?
And I'm going to proper have
Where
it.
women go topless instead of men covering up?
No.
Not all of them, Rob. Just selective
Not the ones in
ones.
flesh-coloured leggings.
No.
And my next one, right? My next one is all bikes. Every single pedal bike, whether it's an electric bike, anything like that, has to have a bell installed and they have to use it. And no bike, even if you are a 2-year-old child, is allowed on a path. If you can't learn how to ride on the road with a bell to warn people you are coming, you can't ride a bike.
So if we all share this, if we all share the throne, we've got the no speed limits, 2-year-old cycling the bikes on the road, and me killing them if they forget the bell.
Love it. Love it. Love it. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you fix the world. You
Britain
know,
is fixed.
that's it. So, Kia, you're looking out for any advice on what your next move is, just pop down to people like us. We got you, pal. Yeah. We got you.
The problem is with riding on roads. I love riding on roads. It gets me to my place a lot faster. When I ride on roads, there is always one dickhead who is honking the horn the whole time going, get out the fucking road! No! So like,
Do you know what I do when-
it's like there's only to a degree where that would work. Because then you're not allowed to be on the path because people at the path get annoyed at you. But you're not allowed to be on the road because you can't go fast enough on a road
You know
to
what
keep
would
up
solve
with
that?
traffic.
We'll make bike riders, even the 2-year-olds, pay road tax.
Yeah.
How does that
I used to cycle to work, and there'd be a one-way system where it was quicker for me to go the wrong way with the one-way system. So I'd cycle legally on the roads, get to this one-way system, hop up on the pavement, go the wrong way around the pavement, then go back on the road. And as I was doing it, I was calling myself a knobhead.
Yeah. I mean, riding on the road on your bike is a bit scary, like, because you can't see what's behind you.
Totally.
You're riding along and you can just see, and you're like, oh my God. Like,
2-year-olds can play in their own gardens. They don't need to be
I have
out.
a quick idea
No.
for you.
Don't need
I guess
to be
not.
out on the path.
I have a quick idea for you.
Go on.
An own little lane for bikers.
Little lane for bikers, their own lane.
Yeah, well, they
Yeah.
tried to add that. And
I
then
think
they
we have
realised
that, don't
it's
we?
too
Cycle lane.
expensive.
and cycle lane.
You just need spray paint and a bigger road.
Yeah, but they realised it was too expensive and no one wants to use it.
Then spray paint.
And people just parking them.
How do you feel about this?
Go
A
on.
gentleman that I know was recently contacted by the police because a cyclist on his helmet camera said that he didn't give him enough room when he overtook. And he sent this video to the police. He sent this video to the police, and the police came to his house and charged him with it. How awful is that?
We know the
So we now can't even... Oh, cycling Mikey. Is there an age restriction on this podcast? If I'm going to get arrested if I say my opinions on cycling?
You can say whatever you want, mate.
I severely dislike this man.
He is probably the most hated man in Britain.
Who is this guy?
Have
So
you never
this
seen
guy
Cycle
goes
Mike?
around London, and when there's a traffic jam, he looks in the windows with his little helmet camera on, and anybody that's even thought about looking at their phone, he gets their number plate and sends all the video to the police.
What an absolute
When they're not
grass.
dead still, the engine's sometimes even the engine's switched off because the traffic has been that bad.
The best bit is, right, it will turn up at the court hearing.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, every single one. He turns up at the court hearing.
Rob,
So this is the kind of guy that reported that chap I was just talking about for not giving enough space when he was overtaken.
get the rope.
Yeah.
Yeah, get the rope on this one. Yeah.
He often comes up on my TikTok feed, and the comments are vile. People hate this man.
Right,
Let's
look
make
at-
this bigger so we can see it.
Let's have a look at this one.
What is this?
I've seen this one on TikTok.
Hang on. How have we got ads? We're paying for YouTube Premium.
We're not signed in.
Ah,
So now you can worry.
Deaf.
is that him?
So
This will be his helmet
This
cam.
is his head cam.
What's he doing?
So,
So this is a junction where cars, fair enough with this one, cars often come the wrong side of this island in heavy traffic. That's fair. It's illegal and dangerous. I'll give him
Yeah.
this one.
Cars come on the wrong side of the traffic of this.
Yeah,
island.
when the traffic's busy like this, you see, they'll come down the wrong side of the island. This is fair. I'll give him his due on this one. This one's fair.
Back, go back. You're on the wrong side of the road. Go back.
So's that cyclist. Stop him.
Don't drive into me.
Didn't stop the cyclist, did he? Wrong side of the road.
Yeah.
But then if
No.
But
they,
no, one thing he'll do is go down traffic jams and catch people stopped dead who are looking at their phones.
What an idiot. What an idiot. Mr. Mikey, yeah?
Cycling Mikey. People, when he gets ran over, there will be celebrations.
And he will.
he did.
He did.
Did
He did get run over.
See,
Does he not have has he not got a job?
I think
Like, has
this
he
is
not
it.
got stuff to be getting on with?
that is a,
I wish I had the time. Don't knock on his window.
Look at him, he just sneaks up as well. Just like,
What a
what are you
knobhead.
doing in there? I'd shit myself if I turned around and seen that.
I believe that's a rather expensive mistake you've just made.
I think that lady's entitled to leave her vehicle and smack him.
Well, yeah, I don't like people like this. I don't like people like this. So if you're out there, Mikey, fuck
8
you.
penalty points, £415 fine, £141 cost. Who did she put in danger by using her phone in that situation?
You do know, like,
I think I remember that number.
in some countries you're allowed to use your phone and drive. Like, it's sound.
I agree that you shouldn't if you're moving. She's still in traffic.
There's one talking.
Oh, get him off, Mass.
You know,
Get him off the
yeah.
screen, man. He's doing my head in. I hate his voice. I hate everything. He just
Oh, he's
sounds...
a proper he's done podcasts. He's a proper Weasley little.
As our man would call it, that's a Jobsworth.
Yeah,
That's what a
Yeah.
Jobsworth is.
a
That.
job's worth without a job.
Absolute Jobsworth. Ron, how long have we been rolling?
We have been rolling, I'm going to guess, an hour and 40.
That's where we like
Hour and
it.
44.
That's where we like it. You can't go on too long because
That's
people won't
flown
watch
past.
it. Well, that's what
enjoyed
happens when
this.
you make good content, ladies and gentlemen. People, that's the end of the show. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
We have sorted the country out, debunked the Charlie Kirk thing,
Yeah.
and many more, many
Yeah.
more things. Listen, everybody, thank you for watching. Thank you, everybody, for coming. That's been People Like Us. We'll see you next time.
I said I got to say something, better hand me the mic. Somebody hand me a mic. Cause I got to say something, so just hand me a mic. When I need to say something, better hand me